opportunity.
Let's talk about the Falconets now. We know today at 3 p.m. they will be taking on Spain, and the goal is to get a ticket to the semi-final if they can cross that hurdle. We know the Spanish team, they scored how many goals? 7, conceding 3, 4-1, 1-0, then 2-2 against the US. But for the Falconets, just 2 goals, yeah, 2 and conceding 2. So it's really not looking good for the girls at all. But then according to the coach, if they play very well and execute all the plans about that, they can actually surpass that, knowing that 2 years ago they were able to beat Spain 2-1. That was at the group stage. But then they also failed to qualify in that one despite having a 6 point. But this time around, they got a step closer to the quarterfinals. We'll see what's going to happen today. Quarterfinals fixtures, this is what it's looking like today. Spain and Nigeria. Then France will also be taking on defending champions, talking about North Korea. Host and defending champions, well, this is going to be tough.
Well, obviously, we started with Nigeria.
So what's going to happen in this game? Nigeria and Spain, talking about the Falconets. How well can they go? Knowing that the Spanish national team, they can score goals. I mean, a lot of goals. Can they pull this one off?
It's, honestly, I mean, it's looking against us. You know, I trying to be patriotic, you know. You've got to defend hard.
Yeah.
And if you can defend hard and just use our pace just to nick a goal, you know, and or 2, then maybe we can pull something off. But it's gonna be,
you see, that's where my worry is. Getting the goals has been our problems. Yeah. The 2 goals we got, one from the spot, the other one's crappy goal. I don't know if it's an own goal.
Own goal, yeah. So it's an own goal.
The defense, I don't have a problem with the defense. I don't have a problem with the goalkeeper getting the goals. And having possession is nothing if you can score.
Exactly.
And the Europeans usually, technically, we're more gifted, but technically they're better. So it means if they get a chance, they'll take it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Especially teams like Spain, you know, Spanish football generally, you know. So, yeah, that's the issue. Can we do that? And we don't have that much firepower. So it's up against us.
But in terms of quality, let's remove the technical edge that they have because of the country they're coming from. Man for man, okay, woman, girl for girl, lady for lady for lady.
What are you trying to do? Player for player, just general team.
Player for player, okay.
Yeah, that's
but you think we match up well against the Spaniards?
Wow, it's hard to player for player up front. You know, in terms of how they're scoring, we're not matching up to them.
All right.
So that's...
They have 7.
Yes.
You know?
We have 2.
Yeah. In terms of striker ability, we're not matching up to them, you know? So
and that's where the game will be won and lost today. Because, look, to progress to the next round, you need to score goals.
Exactly.
And if you're not scoring goals, you're in trouble. The defense will definitely keep you in the game if you don't concede. But at the end of the day, you still have to score to win.
It's elimination, that's all. This is when it's most needed, yes.
But you know, we've seen situations where teams get to the quarterfinal and everything changes. Just like the Nations Cup in 2013, at the group stage, a lot of people lost to quarterfinal, semi-final, final. We, you know, stepped it up a notch. Do you think the girls can start from today and step it up a notch?
We said Nations Cup, I mean, African football. I mean, this is international, global, you know, and with a team like Spain, you know, it's not so easy just to
step it up.
Yeah, you know, change gears. You know, particularly a team that's already scored quite a bit in this tournament.
Yes.
You know, their gear, they're already on a high gear. You know, so you know, it's
up there. So that means I think if you can really get the coach, I don't know what he's going to do. If you can get the likes of Monde Gift, Anna Imo, and Rashida Ajibade just scoring goals, because these girls have been doing it. I mean, Chidima Okeke now, she's more like a defender now, but that's another player, you know, kind of scoring for the clubs. But then if you're having these girls and they're not scoring, PSFA is another fantastic player, well gifted, another. Then we saw Aisha Bello, we saw the pace that she had, you know, being able to cross that ball over to Rashidat before the China girl was able to just put her leg in. Of course, more like another goal. But if we have all these guys, you know, playing the real game and playing, like the last 10 minutes of the game against China, is like they knew what was at stake. If they can just have that, the full 90 minutes, they can pull off something. I mean, sentiment aside, yeah.
Well, the full 90 minutes, but if you get a draw, this is going to go into extra time. There's going to penalties. So unless they just want to park the bus and then hope for penalties, you know.
So they can't. I mean, they can't do that with the Spanish team. I mean, the pace. I mean, the zeal, the strength, and
it's
everything.
even better if you get the job done, cross the line in 90 minutes. It's easier that way.
It's easier.
Yes.
We saw how. I mean, that's the guy's thing. I mean, how Real Madrid got tired in extra time and all that, and they forgot their defense. But then that's absolutely where we're moving next. So hopefully the Falconets can give us something to cheer today. You know, against Spain. Let's all just root for them. Just maybe they might just surprise us.
Yeah,
because going into the tournament, most people didn't give them a chance at all, knowing that they didn't have, well, as usual, the best of preparations. But the good thing is they had a tour in Austria, and then they moved to France and just played 2 friendlies, and they won those ones. But this is the biggest stage now. If they can get this one to the semi-finals, then would say that's a plus for all the girls.
All right.
From then on, let's move to the UEFA Super Cup. Now, before we talk about the match, now before the game, the atmosphere there in Estonia from the Real Madrid fans and the Atletico Madrid fans were like, okay, we're going to win this. The Real Madrid fans were more confident knowing that Atletico Madrid, when it comes to a championship, a title, they usually get the better of them. This was what, okay, just look at them now. You know, some of them carrying the flags, just happy, drinking, playing games and everything. But then when the real deal started, it wasn't like this. Pictures from me. Now, let me ask you, Tokumbo, before we, you know, listen to some of these fans, what they were saying before the game. You know, what would you expect in this game? Did you expect something better or?
Well, it's a derby,
yeah.
You know? And also a derby on the international stage in terms of, you know, UEFA Super Cup, you know? Still in the derby, you know, anything can happen when it comes down to it. That rivalry is so deep there.
What was the expectation like before the game?
You know, honestly, the outcome, I'm not surprised actually, you know, because Real Madrid, they've gone through changes. You've gone new coach, you know, their key player, Ronaldo, is gone, you know, so I expected more that, you know, Atletico were more solid in the natural scheme of things, which they've had with Simeone and those key players over the years. So I actually, I thought more of Atletico to win, and so I was surprised.
Okay, Yemi, what were you thinking before?
I expect Real to win.
Real to win.
I thought they were going to settle down pretty fast with Lopetegui, and Gareth Bale would, you know. But you know, stuff like this happen. But then again, I'm not surprised. I expected Real to win, but then again, I'm not surprised because Atletico will always keep fighting.
They keep fighting. And the fans, let's also hear from their fans. What they were expecting before the game?
No problem. Real Madrid is Real Madrid. It's a great players, a great trainer too. We win. 2 goals of Bale.
For me, at the beginning of the pre-season, I thought it was a disaster, but watching the first games, I'm very, don't know how to say in English, confident in the team. So let's see what happens. And if we don't win, maybe Florentino could buy a striker or whatever. So let's see.
Peleas como el mejor, porque siempre la afición se estremece con pasión cuando quedas entre todos campeón.
We have a very good team, and with the new players, we have the better team of in Atletico Madrid history probably, and I think that we can win today, and we can start very good the course, the last, yes.
I saw the last game in Saturday in Madrid, and I was really have very good feelings about the new players, and I think that at the end we are going to be the winners. It's, we have in my heart, we've lost 2 times. I've been there the 2 times. I've been in Milan and I've been in Lisbon, and this is the time that I think they're going to be the winner, and I'm really proud of my Atletico de Madrid. Huh?
Yeah, proud fans there. He got his wishes. Then the other one to say, Real Madrid doesn't win, then they need to buy a striker. Now, what happened at the game with something I didn't expect? I mean, Diego Costa, 49 seconds, 47 seconds. I mean, before we could even tune in, I mean, settle down to start watching the game, he was already on the score sheet. And before you know it, okay, Karim Benzema equalized, and Diego Costa again, you know. And, of course, Sergio Ramos penalty, and then extra time, and then 4-2. More like a thrilling Italian. I mean, more like something we didn't expect. I didn't expect this kind of scoreline. I knew, I had a premonition Atletico Madrid might win, but then not with this kind of scoreline.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, right at the beginning of the season, you know, Super Cup, you know, one's not expecting that sort of thriller, you know. But yeah, it's an exciting game. You know, the lead changed hands. You know, so.
How much of a threat will Atletico be on the strength of this game? Is not easy to judge based on one game, though. But on the strength of what you've seen in this game, how much of a threat will Atletico be to Barcelona and Real Madrid?
Oh, wow. I think psychologically, this is definitely a great help for Atletico. However, with Real Madrid, with the changes, and even we say Barcelona, the changes that, you know, Barcelona has made, one must really see the first few games of the season to be able to really make a good, accurate assessment. But psychologically, to start off like this, definitely Atletico, you know, will have a lot of confidence, say that, yo, maybe this year we can take this from the, you know, the two big guns. So.
Some fans, not even because of this game, some are saying the coach of Real Madrid and Real Madrid will struggle. First, they let Ronaldo go. It doesn't look like they've recruited well. And you think that will work against Real this season?
Well, I mean, with Ronaldo going and then just them reformatting the front structure with how you play Bale and put in Benzema, because even when you look at that cup final where they won, you know, Bale was so effective coming on as a reserve. So maybe that won't be such a factor. It really takes the first few games of the season to see how that can work in terms of, you know, Bale now being more permanent on there. So one will have to see. But it definitely, I mean, this is the great Cristiano Ronaldo. It's still a big question mark. You know?
All right. Okay.
I mean, let's move back to this game because I'm like, there's really something. Real Madrid defense, I mean, after that first 90 minutes and all that, seems it's not solid as we used to think. I mean, I was looking at Varane.
The guys were tired, obviously. Obviously.
What we saw in the game, you know, towards the final moment and all that, we usually see a Real Madrid who knows how to really fight back. But we didn't really see much of that. I mean, taking strikes, you know, just taking the game to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid were more like the ones, you know, taking the game to Real Madrid. You think maybe Coach Julian Lopetegui is really not getting something right here?
Definitely. Well, it could be, as Yemi pointed out, it could be a fatigue issue, fitness issue, you know. But definitely, I mean, overall, Real Madrid had more possession, more shots. But definitely, when it came through to extra time, it seems that, you know, they were running on empty a little.
The legs weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
That's very unlike Real Madrid that we know sometimes they know how to, you know, fight to the end and all that. Just maybe having this new coach might just be a difficult one for them. I mean, one of the fans actually mentioned that if they lose this, and which they lost now, they want to go for a striker. They have Karim Benzema, they have Gareth Bale. You think they need another striker to actually, you know, be potent in front of goal?
No, it's not necessarily. I mean, one has to really see, again, the first few games of the season and see whether it's just one game, you know.
The window might be shut by then, though.
Well, that's the point. Yeah, so that's the point. So, well, they've got the money. It's Madrid, you know, so it's better to have a backup plan, you know, just in case, you know. But,
okay,
you know,
backup plan.
They still, maybe without Ronaldo, they still can be a potent force.
Okay, I guess we'll leave it at that, and we'll see what happens with Real Madrid. Let's quickly talk about Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgian is going to be missing for Manchester City for a couple of months, 3-4 months. But you see, Manchester City has a big squad, so you think they might not miss him?
They have such a deep squad, you know. Manchester City's B team is effective, you know. So I think for a few months. Although it is a bit of a while, you know, yet with the depth that Man City has, I think other people still step up to the plate and, you know, they can get by.
2016, he missed about 12 games, right now, and this time around, he's going to be out for up to 3 months. Well, this player, I think Pep Guardiola can actually cope. We'll go for a break now. We'll come back. We'll be taking a look at the papers.